Hey, Justin Prime, welcome to another edition of Pivotal Moments. Last time I talked to you about high school, and actually I remembered another little high school anecdote, which isn't really about art. Maybe it's about writing though. And then I'll share the other pivotal moment. So this is just I thought it was kind of funny. We were reading, of course, Catcher in the Rye in English class, and going in depth talking about characters and Holden Caulfield and what everything meant and blah 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 blah. Right? Great book. I still actually I don't read books, but I wouldn't mind reading that one again. Um, But I was sitting there thinking like what are we doing? Like why are we talking about this shit? Like it doesn't these aren't real characters, like they don't actually have hidden agendas and whatnot. This is not real. So I raised my hand and I pointed that out to the teacher, like what's the point of this? Why are we doing this? And the teacher said, well, Justin, some of us like to use our imaginations. And that was very poignant. And I think everyone laughed at me. I'm not sure. Um, I think everyone was kind of stunned that I asked the question in the first place, especially because it was a all boys private high school, Catholic Jesuit high school. Um, and it also actually, what else is funny is these idiots have these fucking asshole kids in my background. Hopefully, you're not hearing them, but they keep using their megaphone, and it's so annoying. But I did the exact same thing in high school. My buddy and I used to drive around with our damn megaphone and talk to people, and it was a blast. It was like so much fun. Anyhow, moving on. So pivotal moment number two. This happened, I think, in 2015. So like 3 years ago. I want to say 3 years ago. It was at Stockton Con. It's a convention here in Stockton, California. Pretty good sized convention. I think they had 14,000 attendees one year, and then they've dropped recently, probably because there's so many damn conventions in the area, like little ones. But I went there and in Artist Alley, and I was setting up, and they have some pros that come in there. Um, and there was one. I before conventions, I always walk around and shake hands and say hello to whoever's there, and just check out what they have and chit chat and make connections. Really, I'm kind of scoping everything out and seeing what people are selling and their talent level. Yeah, I'm an ass, but so anyhow, I said hello to this pro guy and let him know, hey, I'm sitting over there just saying hi, and he goes, oh, why don't you bring over your stuff? I'll take a look at it, and I'm like, I'll bring it over right now. And I don't know if he expected that, but he's like, okay. So I went to my table. I told my booth, my brother-in-law, I'm like, hey, I need the prints, I need the book, and he's like, dude, they're about to open the like we need it here because this actually might have been when the doors were already open. Yeah, it was actually. I know it was. He's like, we need this here because people are gonna come by and they want to buy shit. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but this I don't care about the money. I'm here to make connections and I have an opportunity to get some feedback. Like I want to do it. I might not get this chance anytime soon again. Um. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm taking the book, dude. Good luck. Good luck at the table. And I know a couple people came to my table and they weren't able to buy stuff because I had the book, the portfolio full of all my prints. Um, so I went to this dude. I wish I could remember who it was. He had a weird name. Well, weird compared to my American English standards. But I don't know who it was, and it's driving me nuts. Actually, I had DM'd. I think his name's Yannick Paquet through Instagram, and like a week later, he got back to me and he's like, "Yeah, that wasn't me." I asked him if he had done Stockton. He goes, "Nope, never been there." Um, so yeah, I wish I could remember who this guy was, but I just don't. So I gave him my portfolio, and he opened it up, flipped through it pretty quickly, totally unimpressed. It really seemed like he could give a shit less. Not because he was an asshole, but because my stuff was not impressive. And he asked me like, "What do you want to be doing with your?" I mean, he said I was talented, but he's like, "What do you want to be doing with this? Do you want to do your own independent, create your own thing, or do you want to work for a publisher?" And I said, "Yeah, I really don't know. I don't have any specific plans really." And he goes, okay, well, he's like, you do masks and monsters, and I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, that's what you do. He's like flipping through it. And he goes, that's all you're doing is you can draw masks and you can draw monsters. He goes, like, you're not ready to work for Marvel. And I was like, okay, and he's right. I wasn't. I still don't think I am. But he said, yeah, masks and monsters. Because my portfolio was full of Ninja Turtles and Spider Man and Venom, and he was totally right. And he goes, so if you ever want to work for a company, a publisher, you need to be able to draw two old ladies sitting down, having coffee, and talking. He says, if you can draw that, then you'll be closer, basically. And that was a pivotal moment for me because that forced me to think, okay, do I ever see myself doing that or wanting to do that? And back then, and even kind of now, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound interesting. It could be interesting, but I like doing masks and monsters. So I think after that moment, I kind of embraced that. I'd actually like to do an art book called Masks and Monsters at some point with my with that theme. So I really do. I do a lot of that. So you probably know if you see my Instagram that I've spent a lot more time on portraits, which I've avoided like the plague for a long time. But so I'm strengthening those areas. I think I do have this goal in the back of my head to be able to draw two old ladies chit chatting in a coffee shop. Um, I'm not there yet, and that's fine. I've actually in Sculptor Stories, my goal was to tailor it to my strengths by doing organic things, no buildings, and masks and monsters, and that's like I like that, and I'm owning that. I'm okay with that, and that's what brings me happiness as an artist. So, fuck it, I'm gonna keep doing it. And so that was a pivotal moment because it kind of helped clarify where I want to go and where I might not want to go, and really kind of like help bring me a step closer toward acceptance of where I'm at, what my strengths are. And I don't think I'm like shying away from drawing old ladies chit chatting or doing perspective. I genuinely don't have any interest in it. And if I don't have the interest in it, I probably can't pull it off with much excitement. Like I don't, I'm sure I could pull it off, but do I want to do that page after page? And I think that when you look at it, you could tell I didn't care about it. That's my assumption. Um, so yeah, that's where I'm at. That was a pivotal moment, just in me understanding where I'm at and what I wanted. Thanks for listening.